There are only two things that you need to know about me. Number one, I love women. Number two, I hate business majors. Now, for the first 18 years of my life, that list only used to be one item long. But it wasn't until last year, when I took a marketing class in college for the first time, that I had to add the second item on the list. I remember walking into the class for the first day, and I remember thinking, man, I sure hope I get to sit next to some pretty women. I mean, ideally, I get to sit on this table with like a goth girl, an Asian chick, maybe a redhead, maybe Mithra from Xenoblade. I don't know, that would be kind of cool, I guess. It was as if God heard my prayers, because lo and behold, 10 minutes later on my table were sitting a goth girl, an Asian foreign exchange student, and a pretty redhead. There was even Mithra from Xenoblade. I'm kidding, of course. There were 3 shitty virgin losers sitting on my table. They were business majors. And every day they would constantly talk about NFTs and blockchain, stocks, real virgin shit. And I remember thinking to myself, no one should ever have to go through this, ever again. And so that's why today I created an easy guide so that way you can bully and deal with business majors. Let's begin. The first thing that you need to know and understand about business majors is that they're lame shitty virgins. Why else would they talk about NFTs and blockchains all day? So it stands to reason that if you see somebody that looks and acts like a lame shitty virgin, then you have most likely identified a business major. Now the problem becomes, what do I do now? The answer is simple. You should vomit on them. What are they going to do? Stop you? Don't be ridiculous. This is why they say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It is important to have a big breakfast so that way you can have as much ammo and as much output as possible. In fact, I carry snacks around me throughout the day so that way I can refuel in case of emergencies. I specifically use almond joys because they're incredibly good in getting anyone to vomit. Let's do a little bit of a practice exercise. Imagine that somebody comes up to you and says, "Hi, I'm James." And then they put out their hand for you to shake. What do you do in this situation? Do you vomit on them? Yes or no? The answer is simple. Yes, you do indeed vomit on them. The reason is because only lame shitty virgins hold out their hands for you to shake. A more normal greeting that normal people might make would be, "What's crack-a-lackin', penis head?" And then they hold out a fist for a fist bump. Or they might say, "What's up, bitch?" And then they would salute. Those are pretty normal greetings. And if you ever see one of those greetings, absolutely do not vomit on them because these are just normal, hard-working citizens. The vomit method isn't exactly fail-safe. Sometimes a disgusting business major might slip through the cracks because he ran out of ammunition or because the business major just starts slurping up the vomit. Listen, these things happen, alright? So don't blame yourself. We're all human here. Unless you're business majors, I don't count them as humans. Anyway, at this point, it'll be time to use the final strategy that I'm about to bestow upon you. This strategy has never failed me and it has a 100% success rate. It's incredibly powerful. I call this strategy the break their kneecap strategy. Now you may be asking yourself, what is this strategy? How do I do it? What does it mean? Now, some of the really clever people watching right now may have already figured this out, but the method basically consists of you breaking their fucking kneecaps. And if you're able to figure that out in advance, good job. You deserve a pat on the back. And once you do the break their kneecap strategy, you never have to deal with business majors ever again. Because believe it or not, even business majors care about their kneecaps. I think it has something to do with psychology. Because for some reason, when you break a business major's kneecaps, I guess it really annoys and inconveniences them, and they actually hate it when their kneecaps are obliterated. So I don't know the exact science behind it, but I talked to a couple of psychology majors the other day, and I think we all agreed that there is a little bit of a hidden science behind this method. But even if you don't believe in the science in the break their kneecap strategy, you can at least believe in the results, because I've tested it and I've gotten a 100% success rate with this method. In fact, sometimes when I meet somebody and they're a business major, I just skip the vomit strategy and I go straight to the break their kneecap strategy just to shave a little bit of time off the speed run. Listen, all you need to remember is that practice makes perfect. So go out there and get as much practice as possible. And I hope that these tips and tricks were able to help you bully and avoid business majors in the future. My name is KFC Legends. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with more tips and tricks.